Good morning, my loves. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, my name is Stef. I'm the Psychic Soul Empowerment Coach, and I work with men and women to help them to really just embody more of who they truly are on a higher self level, a soul level. I support men and women in being able to fulfill their soul's mission in life and make their impact and really just manifest their wildest dreams. And how I help my clients to do this is via what is known as very deep levels of healing work or shadow work, inner child healing work, whatever the term is that you want to call it. And basically, I just support my clients in being able to peel back and remove layers of limiting beliefs, traumas, insecurities, fears, etc., that keep them from being more of who they truly are, that keep them from really being able to fulfill their soul's purpose successfully, that keep them from being able to really know and understand that they have everything within themselves to be the powerful creators of their reality. So that's how I help people. Now, here on my YouTube channel, my content is typically on the subjects of mindset, manifestation, healing work, spiritual entrepreneurship, spiritual activism, in conversations with my friends, energy readings, just whatever I want to talk about. So if you enjoyed today's video and these topics interest you, then be sure to subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below, and make sure you hit the little bell notification icon and change your settings to all so that you're always notified of when I upload new videos. So last week, I finally uploaded my video on finding your joy with Brittany, and I have been wanting to post that video for a minute now, but it finally felt time last week. So if you have not yet checked out that video, please go ahead and check it out here in the card section below. It's all about finding joy, and you know what? That is actually so relevant to the weekly energy reading for this week. So it makes sense. Everything just happens in perfect divine timing. Like, I have quite a few videos on my channel that are just sitting there waiting to be posted, but I just do things whenever it feels right. So they'll be there until it's time to share. So anyway, before I get into the weekly energy reading for today, well, first of all, I'm in my pajamas. Because it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning my time, and it's Saturday, May 7th, and I've got lots of things to do today. So, I was like, crap, like, what do I do? Do I do my yoga first and then change and then get ready and then do this video? Or do I just do the video in my pajamas and then do my yoga? And so I can upload this video to the internet while I'm doing my yoga and then get dressed and ready and edit the video afterwards, So this is the way I decided to do it today. I'm in my pajamas. This is how I look when I wake up. No makeup, no nothing. And really excited to be doing this video today in my pajamas. But yeah, before I get into the weekly energy reading, I wanted to do my announcements. I don't really have anything too new to share except, number one, if you haven't yet purchased the 2022 yearly reading, you can purchase it at the link below. It's 20% off, and you get insights on what to expect month by month by month. It's just far more detailed and gives you much more like practical action steps to take every single month to really support you with your up-leveling process in 2022 so that you're able to manifest your, wildest dreams this year. And so that paid reading is different from what I offer you here for free on YouTube. So if that's something that speaks to you, go ahead and purchase that below. Number two, I have self-study courses that you can purchase. So the link for that is also in the comments below. All my links, social media links, courses, offer services, etc., timestamps, it's all in the pinned comment below. So be sure to check that out. And so yeah, I have self-study courses, and my self-study courses are all on mindset work, on clearing visibility blocks you might have, or helping you to get started with your business or create more success with the business you currently have if you're still being challenged in certain ways. So those are the courses that I have. Feel free to check those out in the comments below. And I think last but not least, if you haven't yet joined AWOKE, it's an amazing community that I'm a part of. And sorry, something in my eye. Maybe it's like a little eye booger or something because I'm still waking up. I haven't washed this face or anything yet, people. I'm still in my pajamas. Anyway, so yeah, AWOKE. It's an amazing independent social media platform for people interested in spirituality and personal development. And there's lots of amazing free events and activities and things going on in the community every single month. So it's free to join if you want to join. And if you want to be an AWOKE coach, it's an opportunity for you to be a part of a group of people who are wanting to step into their purposes, have greater success with business, etc. And all that you need to do is just pay like a small monthly membership fee to be an AWOKE coach, and you get access to weekly mastermind calls and a monthly guest expert for the coaches. And there's just like fun activities that we're doing right now with the coaches in terms of leveling up and things like that, you know. So it's just really exciting. We've been having really great meetings, and I just love being a part of the community and being part of a group of people who show up and do the work and support each other, encourage each other, inspire each other, etc. So yeah, you know, if that speaks to you, definitely be sure to join AWOKE. I will put the link up to the video explaining like what the vision of AWOKE is and just like the original founders' intention behind AWOKE, so you can check that out here. And then I will also put up here the video where I give you a tutorial of AWOKE and how to use the platform, how to sign up for it, how to navigate it, etc. So you can just kind of have an idea of what you're getting into before you actually join. So if that's something that speaks to you, oh my god, I hit my mic, my bad. Let me know. Okay, my hair's acting crazy because I'm just now getting up. Okay, I actually look pretty good, you know, for a person who wakes up, like who's just waking up. I think I don't look too bad. All right, so oh yeah, I just got a little reminder on my calendar right now that tomorrow's Mother's Day. So if you celebrate Mother's Day and you're part of the world, and you're a mother, happy Mother's Day to you. I forget about these holidays. I think it's a low-key unconscious trauma of mine with my parents. And it used to be for my birthday too, where I just like was whatever about these dates and just didn't care. So I like didn't greet anyone. I'm working on that, people. But happy Mother's Day to all my mamas out there. I hope you're having an amazing day with your family, with your kids. And I'm just wishing you, you know, just many more years of memory with your family, memories of with, I can't talk right now. It's Mercury retrograde, isn't it? I think it's like already here, or it's about to get here. Listen, I'm wishing you many more amazing memories with your family, with your kids, and just, you know, having just a really amazing life moving forward. So yeah, mama should be celebrated every single day on some level, but we all get busy with our lives and stuff. But just know, if your kids are grown, they still love you and appreciate you. They just might not always express it because they're busy with life. And if they're young, they might not always express it because they're busy living their little lives and trying to figure life out. So anyway, just know that you're appreciated. Women are amazing, and I love women. And oh my god, this makes so much sense for the weekly energy reading for this week now. Like even more sense. Anyway, that's enough of my ramblings and my announcements. I think I have nothing else to say. So yeah, anyway. Also, real quick, if you haven't signed up to my email list, sign up below. This is how you get notified of when I have new videos out or just anything new I have to say and share with you. So sign up below, okay? Cool. So let's get into the weekly energy reading for this week. Let me tell you, I tried channeling this last night as I had originally intended to, but just the guidance wasn't flowing through. And I think it was also because I was just like releasing certain energy related to timelines, related to trusting in the process and things like that. And so when I tried to tune into the guidance, I couldn't get it. And then I was getting frustrated that I didn't get the guidance. And then eventually I heard my guides say something like, you need to relax and trust the flow of life and whatever. So I just like let it go, and I was like, whatever, forget. Like, I'm not gonna do this reading today then, I guess. Whatever. I'll know when I need to do it. And so anyway, that was yesterday, and today's today, and I was like, okay, let's see if I can get this message now. You know, I got things to do today, but let's see. And I got the message. So here you go. Here is the message at last. So the energy for this week, May 8th through May 14th, 2022, is the following, Okay, this week the energy is all about empowerment, and it's specifically around female empowerment. So I know I have some men that watch my videos. This still applies to you men, okay? So it's about empowering the feminine aspects of you this week, okay? So look at the feminine aspects of yourself that have been that have been repressed in some kind of way, that have been hidden, contained in some kind of way, and really give yourself the space to, dig into that and see, like, what are these feminine aspects of you that, have been contained, haven't been honored, haven't been free to express themselves, etc., right? Look into those and ask yourselves why. Why have these parts of you, these aspects of you, been repressed? What's really going on there? Okay? And what are the fears connected to that? Because if you're holding back in any kind of way, if you're containing yourself in any kind of way, resisting these parts of yourself in any kind of way, it's because there are unconscious fears. So take the time to sit with that, dig into that. What are those fears? And when you do that, then you're going to have to release those concerns, those fears, those worries, etc., and really integrate more of this feminine energy, more of these feminine aspects of yourself into your life, and even adopt certain feminine practices if you need them to, okay? And so this is what you need to embrace and be more of this week, okay? So some examples of feminine traits are, for example, flowing, receiving or receptivity, creating, creativity, empathy, expressiveness, nurturing, ease, etc. Like, just Google, okay? Google, I don't know, traits of feminine energy or divine feminine aspects or divine feminine traits or something like that. Google will tell you. And you just go through these, okay? I can't be listing out all these things right now. So anyway, based on that list that you come up with, or maybe you already know the feminine traits, okay? But if you don't know, you Google. Google's your friend for everything. And so if based on that, you can kind of go through that list and just see, like, what it is that you've been struggling with the most in regards to these things, because you might not be able to work through all the things that are coming up for you. Like, you might have to do a lot of work on your feminine energy. You can't do it all in one go. So see which ones you've been struggling with the most recently, because those are the ones that you have to really work through this week and embrace and empower yourself around and start embodying more of this week, okay? So yeah, these parts that you recognize in terms of feminine traits or feminine aspects that you've been really having trouble with recently are the parts that have been really, really, like, deeply repressed or rejected in some kind of way. And it's time to really, like, let yourself embrace these parts of yourself and own it. And that's your task for this week, is really empowering yourself around these aspects, right? It makes sense why yesterday I had my little moment with the weekly energy reading. Like, I was trying to get the energy, the guidance, because I don't use my cards to do these readings. I'm just like, what do I need to know? And then I start writing down what I need to know, because then I'll forget. So I write it down. But then it wasn't coming. And then rather than force it to happen, like, I tried. I was there, like, waiting patient. I was like, come on, guys. Like, I'm here any minute now. And, like, I did get one line, which was all around empowerment, but then I couldn't get anything else. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to release it. Like, masculine energy is like that more, like, doing energy. Sometimes a little bit forceful. It can be forceful in a negative way, or it could be maybe, like, forceful in a positive way. It depends. But yeah, I was, like, not trying to push it. And then I was like, okay, guys, I guess I'm not getting it. Maybe I was feeling a little bit tired too. And I was like, why am I feeling tired all of a sudden? I'm going to take a little nap. And I just, like, lay down like this with my hand over the pen and was like, I'm going to rest my eyes for a minute. Okay. The guidance will come when I least expect it. And then I woke up like 30 minutes later because my hand hurt because my big old head was like putting all this pressure on this pin. I got a big old head, okay, but it's like full of genius up in here. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. And so anyway, I woke up and then I was like, okay, are you gonna give me the guidance now? Like, hello? And then it just wasn't coming. And in the past, I would have gotten so frustrated with that and been like, oh my God, I got things to do. And like, I'm not gonna be able to move forward with the things I set out today and this and that. And I just would have been like, what's the word? And y'all need to learn Spanish, okay? So I can speak Spanglish to y'all, okay? Because in Spanish, this is called renegando. Renegando is like complaining, fussing. New word for you. You're learning Spanish. 1 word a day. Maybe this is what we're going to incorporate in my videos moving forward. 1 word a day. By the end of it, some of y'all are going to be bilingual or trilingual. So yeah, so I would like, rather than be there renegando, complaining like, oh my God, y'all don't help me and I'm not going to move forward. I'm going to fall behind. And like, just like going into fear mode or frustration mode because I'm trying to force guidance to happen, but it's not. I just was like, you know what? F it. Like, surrender. That's another feminine aspect. Surrendering, flowing. And I was like, this isn't the thing that I want to do right now. They said something, I forgot what they said, something about like trusting the flow of life and like letting my joy lead me forward or something like that. And then I thought about it like, and I was like, what was I enjoying before I sat down to do this weekly energy reading? And I remembered, I was like, oh, I was watching My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I had never watched it before because I thought it was like dumb, but I actually enjoyed it. And but I stopped watching it because I was like, oh, you know, like it's time to put this away and like go get to business because like, you know, I'm on a schedule or whatever and I'm trying to do these things. And you know, I ended the movie and I was like, I'll watch it later or whatever. And then I started trying to channel, but then I got stuck. So then I finally realized like, okay, let that go with the flow of life. What was I enjoying today, or what can, you know, I do connected to that? Like the movie just came back to my head. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay in this bed, get under my little fuzzy cover and watch this movie and it'll pass, you know? And that's what I did. And I just relaxed and, you know, things worked out so that I could channel it today. Like other stuff happened last night. I had unexpected family visit and that was really nice because if I had gone about my day the way I had intended to, I would have missed their visit because I would have been out and about doing other things that I had intended to do, but it just didn't work out that way, right? So anyway, I hope all this made sense to you and felt relevant to you, because for me, it was like learning to lean into and trust in that feminine aspect of myself, like around timing, around surrendering, around, you know, how my life is unfolding, just going with the flow, letting my joy lead me, not letting my mind lead me and what I think to do, etc. Like there's a fine balance and, you know, constantly oscillating between all of that and just really being strong in my knowing that like it's gonna happen when it's supposed to, you know, like I don't have to push this reading to happen. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to. Maybe that's what I needed to go through last night in order to give you the story today, to help you have like a real life example of how this can play out in a way, you know? I don't know. God knows what God's doing, you know? Trust Spirit. Spirit knows. So yeah, you know, this is what needs to happen this week, is really empower yourself around these feminine aspects of yourself, whatever that may be, knowing your worth, I don't know, speaking your truth, being maybe chaotic. I mean, I don't know. It's just whatever you feel like you've been struggling with, you personally, and leaning into more of this and really starting to own it and trust in that and know like that you're doing exactly what you need to be doing in the moment. Like it's all perfect and beautiful for you, and you know, let that be. So I hope that has really helped you. Let me know if it has by giving this video a thumbs up below here on YouTube and dropping a comment below. So now I'm going to pull some cards and see if there are any additional messages. What do the people need to know today for their highest good in regards to the weekly energy reading for this week? Any additional messages? Okay, so the first card that flipped out is Archangel Uriel. Shine your light. I love this card. He just seems so nice. And the second card is, oh, it's gratitude. Count your blessings. Okay. forgot which one of these cards came out first. And then this card, Saint Germain, Karma Releasing. And then this one, Joan of Arc, Voice of Truth. And this one, Kuan Yin, Care and Compassion. It's like, these cards are just confirmation of everything I just said. So let me break it down real quick. All right. A lot of us have repressed these feminine aspects of ourselves because of several reasons. Like the environment we grew up in that didn't make us feel safe enough to be in our feminine energy. I see videos on TikTok all the time about men who call out other men, saying that if a woman is in her masculine energy, it's because she doesn't feel safe enough to be in her feminine. And that is so true. And that's true for everyone, men and women. When people don't embrace an aspect of themselves, it's because they don't feel safe enough to. And so when men don't embrace more of their feminine energy, more of their empathy, their emotions, for example, which is super common. We've seen that, a lot in recent years, how men struggle with crying and expressing their feelings, etc., because they've been conditioned to think that that's making them look like wusses, that they're less of a man for having emotions and expressing them, etc., 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 right? And it's because, they've been conditioned by society or by their culture or their family or whatever to believe these things. And so then they repress that feminine aspect of themselves. And, they don't feel safe to then express their emotions, to then empathize with people in this way or connect with a person intimately through their emotions, etc., right? So yeah, when women have to be super hyper independent and, they don't ask for help or whatever it is, or if you give them help, they reject it or whatever, it's because they don't feel safe enough to let people be there to support them, like receiving. They feel like they always have to be in that masculine energy, doing, because chances are, as they grew up, they couldn't count on people. Or they had maybe certain experiences where if they did take help from people, people took advantage of them in some way later, or like expected some kind of payment in return, something that they didn't, want to give or made them uncomfortable or whatever. And so they're like, no, I don't want that anymore. I'm going to do it all on my own. I don't need anyone, right? So, there is stuff to be healed and released here, which is why those of you watching this, have repressed these aspects of yourself. There's karma that needs to be released, whether it's your own lived experiences or connected to past lives or your ancestors, whatever it is. But there's something that needs to be released here, because this is a toxic loop that you need to break free from. Okay? So you have to recognize that whatever it is that you believe that makes you feel like it's unsafe for you to express these feminine aspects of you, that those fears aren't true, and that you have the power to create the path that you want. You have the power to take yourself down the route that you want to, and everything is always about your perception. And I've given this example recently around a coin and two sides to the coin. And so, for example, on one side of the coin, as a man, you can view expressing your emotions and crying and asking for your emotional needs to be met by your partner, etc. You can view that as weakness. You can view that as being less than a man or whatever it is, masculating you, whatever. You can view it that way. Or the other side of that is you can view it as something that makes you highly valuable as a man, that differentiates you from other men, that makes you attractive to other men, that makes you feel, that makes you a better lover, a better provider, whatever it is, create safety for the person that you're with, etc., through embracing these aspects of yourself. And so you have these two things, right? It's embracing the situation is embracing your emotions and expressing them expressing your needs emotionally as a man. But the path that you take is going to be up to you, and you have to be willing to release past traumas, negative perceptions, etc., to choose to go down the path that you want and embrace that. You know what I mean? Hope that made sense. So this is the karma that needs to be released, and this is for everyone on some level. Like, take it as it resonates for you. I'm guessing I really need to talk to men today. So, it's really important for men especially to embrace these aspects of themselves. Women too, of course, women have to embrace their feminine. They've been conditioned to be a lot more in their masculine for so many reasons. But I think maybe the women get this more, so that's why I'm focusing on the men more today. But yeah, these are the parts of you that you have to work through and release to, just create more of what you want, be more of who you're here to be. And so, these feminine aspects are further reinforced by Kuan Yin. She's a very nurturing, loving energy. And the thing here says care and compassion. And these are just some aspects as well of feminine traits, having that compassion, that understanding for other people, really empathizing with them, etc. So I feel like for this card, it's like if one of your more prominent traits is to be very judgmental or like stern and like stubborn maybe, and saying like this is the way that it is, and you just like pass judgment, and you just like and you're very like strong in those aspects, in the sense you need to soften up, you need to open up your heart more, you need to have more compassion and understanding for others, and embrace those feminine aspects of yourself, instead of always being in this like closed energy of just like cutting people off immediately or passing judgment on them and just saying like, you crossed the line, I'm done with you, duh. Like sometimes that's appropriate, to like set a firm boundary or remove people in this way, etc. But some of you are like at the extreme where it's like you maybe keep people away, you push them away, you you just don't let anyone in, etc. And like this is what you need to have more awareness around, is like you're not embracing these feminine aspects of understanding, of being open, of receptive, of like not being closed in, all these different things, and to really like start embracing these other parts of you, and not be in the extremes of where you've been. And then this is Joan of Arc, and come on now, like this is like one of the original like female ancestors of like female empowerment. And this is about like expressing, speaking up, being who you are, just expressing what you're here to express, being your unique self, not caring what other people might think. Because in Joan of Arc's times, like she was hearing voices from wherever, and she was like in these like archaic times, in my opinion. And we're still in somewhat archaic times, but she was like talking about like, oh, I'm hearing God and God's telling me to do this or whatever. I don't know her whole story, but that's more or less what I know. And, God is telling her to go to war or whatever and do these things. And she was like a young girl. She was like a teenager or something. And like, who is this girl to be, saying that God is telling her to deliver these messages and stuff? Like the whole world, a lot of people probably thought she was crazy as hell, but she obviously had some believers. But still, like she did what she felt was right in her heart and was her truth. And she stood up and really owned like her power and believed in herself. And like, this is about you really empowering. Like, look at her. She has her armor on. She's not afraid anymore. She's ready to like go after what she believes in, or what feels right in her heart, what's true for her, and it's about releasing those fears around thinking that embracing your femininity is going to get you hurt, is going to, cause you harm. And, it's going to affect you negatively. Like, you have to understand that like your femininity is your strength. It is your protection. It is what is good. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, a lot of times people are too in the negative masculine traits because they think that if they embrace the softness of the feminine traits, that it makes them vulnerable to be hurt, you know? And to a certain extent, yes, opening yourself up can make you a little bit more vulnerable, but it doesn't mean that you're like necessarily like in like major danger, because when you really embrace these feminine aspects of yourself, you can still know how to protect yourself so that any potential harm that could be done to you, you would know how to prevent it. So let me give you an example of this. Man, I should have told you to grab the popcorn for this long ass video. Let me know if you're still with me in the comments below. I appreciate all of you who stick around with me, but whoever sticks around and watches my long ass videos, I mean, y'all are meant to benefit from all the guidance and my experiences and insights, and good for you. Good for you for sticking around. So, for example, a feminine aspect or trait is intuition, right? Intuition, psychic abilities, sixth sense. And recently with my dating experience, because I've been telling y'all about my dating life, I had someone approach me saying all the right things and just like showing up in a certain way initially when they stepped up to me. But my spidey senses were like, yo, you gotta be careful with this. Like, let's see how this goes. Like, I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna be open and receptive to this person, because past Stef, who was guarded as hell, would have been like, hell no, I know something's off about you. I'm gonna close myself up and not let you in. You suspect. and I would have not. But at this point in my journey, I'm strong and secure enough inside of myself to be out in life with much more of an open heart, and to be out there knowing that there are shady people out there. But I don't have to walk around in life being like protected, you know, like this, like guarded. Not even protected, like super guarded. That's like not a good form of protection. Like, I don't have to be that way. I am open, and I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt, even though I feel my spidey senses are telling me to be careful. And I'm just gonna navigate this situation with caution, because I know I got my back, and I'm gonna see how this goes. And a short while later, you know, this person basically like revealed to me that I was right about them all along, and that they were not to be trusted, and they saw their way out of my life. But like, I trusted in my intuition, and I trusted that I knew how to handle myself, and that I could still be out and about interacting with this person, and that even if they had ill intentions towards me, like, I had my back and I would be able to handle it. You know what I mean? So even though I still opened myself up to this person, and I could have made myself vulnerable, I wasn't really truly vulnerable, because I knew that I would be able to handle this situation and handle this person and know how to navigate my interactions with them to allow them to reveal themselves to me, to see whether they were really worthy of my trust and my attention, my energy, and all this other things. Do you know what I mean? I hope that made sense. So, like, a lot of times, you know, like, me being super understanding of people, I can make this like a whole teaching. I'm not about to do this today. I ain't got time for that, okay, people? I got things to do. I got yoga. But yeah, you know, like, just know that embracing these feminine aspects of you doesn't make you weak in anything, in any kind of way. You don't have to keep holding back in any kind of way because you think that this is a weakness, okay? It's your strength. It's what gives you power. Embrace it. And then, you know, shine your light, Archangel Uriel. It's just really about you allowing yourself to be really, like, seen, like, more of you to be seen, because if you're holding back these aspects of you, there are certain parts of you that are not being seen, and you have to really allow these parts to be seen, to be expressed, to be you know, have a light shown on and be like, oh, I've actually been hiding these parts of myself. I haven't been embracing these parts of myself. I'm going to start allowing that to be, really owning it, really allowing that power, because, you know, this like fiery energy, to me, that symbolizes power. You know, it's going to give you more strength, and it's going to light you up, and it's going to let you feel more of you, and it's going to feel lighter. It's going to feel more invigorating because you're embracing more of your energy, you know, by letting these parts of you be expressed through you. Like, more of your own life force energy is going to flow through you. It's going to, you know, reverberate in all areas of your life and make your life even better. So, oh my God, look at my nails. They're so cute. Get distracted. All right. So really allow yourself to shine, and count your blessings here, you know. So have gratitude for this process. Have gratitude for, you know, how this experience is making your life better. It's helping you to come back to more of your wholeness, more of your truth, who you really are. And just like anything good in your life, like maybe some of you have been, I don't know, like focused on the past or negativity or old stuff. And like, that's a karmic pattern that you need to break free from. You need to start focusing on all the good, on the present, and how things are going to get more and more amazing, instead of kind of being fearful of the past playing out. Like, this is also connected to how some of you are not embracing these feminine aspects of yourself because of the negative things that have happened in the past, and you keep going back to the past thinking that's going to happen. So you still should hold back on these feminine aspects of yourself because the past might happen, but you need to release that and have gratitude and recognize how, like, you are safe to express these feminine aspects of yourself now, because what happened in the past is not always the case. And by embracing these things now and changing your mindset around that, changing your way of being, etc., like, you're actually going to start manifesting more of the good things, more of the positive experiences instead of the past. I hope that made sense. Yeah. So anyway, that's basically it for this long ass video. I really hope that this has helped you. Let me know in the comments below how it resonated. I appreciate your time. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.